So it's the day after the election and Obama won. And I was wrong. He didn't just barely win. He won by a good margin. He won Virginia and Florida when I didn't think he was going to be able to do that. And really quick note to the people that said they're going to leave the country because Obama won. You're gonna leave? You stayed with everything Bush did, but you're like, Obama? Actually, scratch the common sense speech, I'll help you pack. It was a huge night for Obama. So I gotta say congratulations and thank you to George Bush. You convinced America that it was the second worst thing in the world to vote Republican, only being beaten out by the idea that people should contract AIDS on purpose. I mean, when you think about it, it took a president like George Bush to elect a black man. It was a huge night in Atlanta because Atlanta's this big blue city in a big red state. But I ended up having a really weird moment in the elevator because after Obama's speech, I decided I was gonna go to my girlfriend's house. So I got in the elevator with these 3 black dudes and this white guy. And while we're going down, the white guy turns to the 3 black guys wearing Obama shirts and says, congratulations. Which I imagine is because they're wearing Obama shirts. But to me, it sounds like, good job, black people. I just stood there wide-eyed and I was like, man, it's hot in here. Jesus, it's so hot. They should really fix this temperature problem. But of course, it was the bad parts of the night. Proposition 8 passed. Gay marriages were banned. And that was surprising to me because over the course of the night, many states had done weird things. Multiple states banned gay marriage, but they opposed putting limits on the number of abortions you could have, legalized medicinal marijuana, and legalized doctor-assisted suicide in Washington. But the gay marriage thing was just too weird. And I got a few comments yesterday saying, no, they should not be allowed to be married. Okay, you do choose to be gay. I mean, men have penises and women have vaginas. It's science. It's also science that 1,500 species in the world have homosexual relations. Dolphins, swans, penguins, lions, apes have homosexual relations. And the only difference between the people that oppose gay marriage and those animals is that you wear a tie. And the last thing I'm saying is not married in the religious sense, because it's up to the church on who they're going to marry. But I'm talking about in the government sense, the union sense, the get tax breaks, which is awesome sense. If we can jump back to the election, I will say McCain ran a dirty campaign, but his concession speech was humble and it was gracious. And it was very American. And it let me see that shimmer, that glimmer of John McCain that I remember before this campaign. One thing I will say against certain Obama supporters, I noticed all on Twitter, Obama supporters saying, yes, Obama was elected. Goodbye, bad economy. Now, I didn't realize that voting Obama was the fucking switch to fucking good economy. You do realize he's not even in office yet. He's not a magician. Even he said, you know, we're gonna probably make some bad choices at first, and you might not agree with it. In response, one lady in that audience last night said, that's okay, which I'm sure made him feel better about that. There were also a few news stories that were overshadowed by the election, such as Google is pulling out of their Yahoo ad deal. Not a big surprise because Yahoo has kind of been floundering for a while. Amazon.com put out a deal for a Blu-ray player and 4 movies for $142. And of course, it wouldn't be the Philip DeFranco show without a Wednesday douchebag of the day, which is a man who raped a woman and like a normal dude passed out afterwards, woke up in front of a police station because the woman he raped drove him to the police station, which normally my advice would be if you were going to rape a woman, don't fall asleep. But of course my advice is if you would rape a woman, just shoot yourself in the face because you are the scum of the earth. And guys, that is the Philip DeFranco show for this Wednesday, November 5th, 2008. My name is Philip DeFranco and you've just been filled in.
Sexy Phil, he's not sexy, sexy Phil, he's as sexy.
Yeah!
Good job. Yeah, he's definitely not sexy. Good job.